The journey to self-love and confidence is an ever-growing one, and I feel like as I get older, I am learning more and more about how to love myself and how to have more confidence. So if you're interested to hear some of my tips, stay tuned. Hello LOS gang and welcome. If you're new here, hi, I'm Sacha B and welcome to The Life of Sacha. Here on my channel, I like to create videos of topics that I enjoy, which include beauty, fashion, and a healthy lifestyle, because I believe that looking good and feeling good on the inside and out are important for self-confidence. And recently, I am starting to do weekly vlogs just so you can get a little bit of a glimpse on my everyday life. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell button down below. So we're just gonna get straight into this video with my first tip. So my first tip is stop comparing yourself to other people. I feel like this is a given, but sometimes it's really hard not to compare yourself. I feel like comparing yourself is kind of like a competition. You're constantly like looking at the other people and thinking about what they have that you don't have. I believe that everyone is special and unique in their own way and there can be only you, so stop comparing yourself to other people. Trust me, I know it's hard, but it is honestly worth it to stop doing that. A few tips on how to stop comparing yourself is 1, gratitude, practicing gratitude. So for me, the way that I do this is I think of everything in my life that I'm grateful for, and I feel like it has been a learning journey on how to practice gratitude. As I've gotten older, I've started to learn that everything in your life is yours for a reason, and it's good to just be grateful for the things that you have and the people that you share your life with. But practicing gratitude can be literally anything in your life, even just like the sun shining in the sky that day, or getting to sleep in a little extra, or just a really good meal that you got to eat. Anything and everything can be used to practice gratitude. So another tip on how you can learn to stop comparing yourself to other people is to look at your own strengths within yourself. So I feel like if you don't really know some of your strengths like I did in the past, I didn't really know what I was good at or what I could bring to this life and to this world. A few ways that you can try to figure that out is to make a list, just brainstorm about your life, how you interact with people, and just make a list of everything that you feel you might be good at, and those are strengths right there. So for that one, you pretty much just brainstorm and write down anything that comes to your mind on some of the strengths that you might have, and then you can always Google later and see how you can strengthen those strengths even more. Another way that you can figure out some of your strengths is to ask your family and friends, because the people that you spend the most time with are obviously gonna know how you are in life. So that could also be very helpful as well. And then just do the same thing that I talked about like 2 seconds ago. Just write it down too, just so you don't forget, and then learn how to improve and strengthen those strengths when someone else tells you what they are. And then the last tip that I feel like is important for you to stop comparing yourself to other people is to only compete with yourself. I feel like I really relate to this one because I have been doing this for years now. In the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about getting 1% better every day, and I feel like that is very important, and that is kind of like a way to compete with yourself. So in the book it says to get 1% better every day, and those percentages add up after a while. So even just that 1%, it may seem small, but as it grows and habits stack, those habits can add up, and then it starts to get bigger and bigger, and then your habits get better and better, and by a whole year, you're a totally different person. So I feel like that's really important, and I love to look at the way that I slowly grow. I'm 26 now, which is so crazy because I am closer to 30 than I am to 20 now, and that really honestly makes me feel kind of old. But I feel like as I age, I am learning more and more about myself, about life, and just what kind of person I want to be. I just want to be the kind of person that tracks her life and shares how I can make myself better every day. That's why I do videos of beauty, fashion, and a healthy lifestyle. I believe that looking good and feeling good are so important, and it's not even just the outside that I'm talking about. I'm talking about inside too, how you feel. I went on a little rant about that, but for that point, pretty much just compete with yourself, don't compete with other people. So the next point on my self-love and confidence journey is to come to terms and to come to peace with your past. I believe that everything happens for a reason in our life, and the things we go through shape the people that we become later on in life. I know that everyone has trauma, and I know that some people's traumas are a lot worse than others, but I feel like the tips that I'm going to be sharing with you today for this one have helped me personally. So of course, it's not gonna work for everyone, or everyone might not agree, but this is just from my personal experience on how I have been able to come to peace with just my past and the traumas that I've had to endure in my life so far. Some of the tips that I have for coming to peace with your past and your traumas is 1, journaling. I feel like a broken record when I talk about journaling because I believe in journaling so much. I feel like I've been able to come to terms and process a lot of the stuff that I've been through in my life just by writing it down and kind of reading it over and then burning it and sending it into the universe and letting go of it. But I feel like for journaling, it's really important because it's literally just getting all those thoughts and feelings out of you and onto a piece of paper, so they're no longer just lingering in your head. And I feel like that is really helpful for me, and I have done that countless times throughout my life. Another way that you can come to peace with your past is talking to anyone, pretty much. So family and friends, if you're comfortable talking with them. I know for me, I have been talking to my family and friends about traumas and just how I feel and my past for as long as I can remember. I'm really thankful that I have a good support system, and I feel like I've been able to work through a lot of the feelings that I have just by talking to Luca, who is my boyfriend, or my mom, or my grandma, or even my sisters. Honestly, I love having sisters because there is no one that knows the kind of trauma that you have had to endure as a child better than your siblings. So if you have siblings, it's good to talk to them too if that's the kind of relationship that you have. But if you don't have like a good support system like I do, or you just don't feel comfortable talking to people that you know about the feelings that you have, you can always go to therapy. I personally have never been to therapy, so I can't say too much about it, but I have had friends who have gone to therapy and have been able to work through a lot of problems, so I do know that it does help a lot. I have seen so many personal development people on YouTube getting sponsored by BetterHelp, and this is not sponsored or anything, but I just hear about it all the time, and that's definitely something I would like to try out maybe one day. But I just know that talking things out with people that you trust is very therapeutic and can definitely help you work through stuff in your life. So that's always a good one. I kind of ramble sometimes when I feel very passionately about stuff, so welcome to my life. So the last point that I have for working through your past and coming to peace with your past is keep on looking forward. Honestly, you can't change the past as much as you wish you can, but you can shape your future. A saying that I love very much is grow through what you go through. I am planning on getting a tattoo at some point of that saying because I believe in it so much. Whatever you go through, if you get through it, it will make you stronger in your future. So it's always good to just keep on looking forward. I really do think that life gets better if you believe that it can. Okay, enough with the heavy for that one. I feel like I was getting really into it. But the third tip that I have for the journey of self-love and confidence is to surround yourself with positive and like-minded people. For this tip, every time I hear it, I think of the saying, birds of a feather flock together. I know it's a pretty corny thing to say, but I do believe it has some truth to it because you are who you hang out with and spend time together. So make sure that you're spending time and your energy with good people, positive people, and people that are like-minded to yourself. But for that, like, of course, it's good to hang out with different kinds of people just to get a diverse perspective of life. But I feel like positivity is super important to be surrounded by. So the first point that I have for this one on how to surround yourself with more positive people is to stay away from gossip and drama. Living in a small town, I am no newbie when it comes to drama and gossip and just people talking about each other all the time, but that is so negative, so I honestly do try to stay away from it as much as possible. Of course, sometimes it's hard, so like if you're at work and there's people that like to gossip and like cause drama all the time, it's kind of hard to stay away from that. It's good to try to steer the conversation into a different direction about something a little bit more positive. So the next point that I have for surrounding yourself with more like-minded and positive people is to connect with people that have the same goals and aspirations as yourself. I do believe that doing this can help you, but also it can give you ideas on how you can improve as well. A little story that comes to mind about this one. I have two friends that have businesses, and we went out for dinner one time and I was talking about my YouTube channel because I feel like sometimes it's a little bit hard. I have a full-time, well, not a full-time job because I work 4 days a week, but I have a job and then I also have a house that I take care of, a dog that I take care of, and then I do a YouTube channel on the side. But they gave me the idea to get a video editor, so that has been in my thoughts lately, just because I know that in the summertime my work can get very busy and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to do my YouTube videos in the summertime. But I feel like I do want to keep on being consistent with my videos this year and just see where it goes, because I feel like the last few years that I've had this channel, I wasn't very consistent with it. I wasn't posting every week. I feel like I was posting for like a month and then I would get sidetracked and get busy and then I would just never continue with it. But I feel like delegating a little bit of the editing that I have to do every week to someone else, even just in the summertime while my schedule is very busy, I feel like that would be very beneficial for me, and I wouldn't have even gotten that idea if my friends didn't tell me that. So I feel like that is a really good example on surrounding yourself with like-minded people with goals and aspirations as yourself, because my two friends are business owners, so they have ideas on how to start and maintain a business. And my YouTube channel, I feel like in the future, I believe that this will be a business for me. So I think it's a good idea. And then the last point for surrounding yourself with positive and like-minded people is to be friends with people that want to see you win. There's nothing better than to know that the people that you're surrounded with want to see the best for you and just want you to win in life. No jealousy, just love, and we love that. I feel like jealousy is a nasty emotion, so we should definitely try to stay clear of that as much as we can. Of course, it's hard sometimes, but for the most part, I think that's a good idea. And then the last point that I have today for self-love and self-confidence is practicing self-care for your mind, spirit, and body. Like I've been saying a lot in this video, my motto is look good, feel good on the inside and out. I have talked about this point a lot on my channel and a lot of the self-development videos that I have done on my channel recently. So I will leave a lot of those videos linked down below in the description box if you're curious to know about any of them. I am on this self-development journey, and I think that I really do enjoy just talking about these things. I will give a few examples though, just because I do believe that this one is important as well. So a few examples that I feel like are important for self-care for your mind, body, and soul are exercising. So that can be walking, yoga, or anything that can get your heart rate a little up, you know? Going to the gym. That one is good for your mind and body. Could be good for your soul too. A few examples of self-care for your mind could be coloring, reading, and not going on your phone, which I feel like is really important. I feel like we're on our phones so much. I have been trying to learn to not go on my phone as much. So another few examples that I can give for self-care for your body would be eating nourishing foods and drinking nourishing drinks. So that can be veggies, fruit, tea, just anything that is good for your body. I am currently drinking this. I found these at Safeway. It is called Cove Soda. It's 0 sugar and it's good for your gut health. I have this Yuka app and it got like 73 out of 100. So this is apparently pretty good. So the last examples that I can give for self-care for your spirit is praying, meditating, and journaling. And I think journaling is not only good for your spirit, but it's also good for your mind as well, like I mentioned before. Anyways, LOS gang, if you found this video helpful, definitely let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you've ever tried any of these tips or if you thought any of these were helpful. I definitely would like to know. I didn't always love myself, so I feel like being able to share some of the tips that I have learned is really nice for me, because I can proudly say that I am happy with who I am, not even just on the outside, but on the inside as well. I feel like I'm a fairly good human being, so why not share some of the wisdom with all of you? If you like this video, definitely go hit that like button down below. And if you like me and the videos that I do, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button down below as well. If you made it this far in my video, I just wanted to quickly say thank you and welcome to the LOS gang if you made it this far. But other than that, I hope you have a good rest of your night or day whenever you're watching this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!